Virgo. Stop. Stop right there. I need you to put everything else down right now. Whatever you were doing, whatever was on your mind, whatever tab you were about to open next, none of it matters as much as what I'm about to tell you, because I don't say this lightly. I don't use words like life changing carelessly. And when I tell you that something massive is moving in your energy right now, I mean it in the most literal, most real, most undeniable sense of that word. Something is coming for you, and it is not small. I'm not here to give you a beautiful story that makes you feel good for 10 minutes and then fades. I'm here because the energy around you right now is so loud, so specific, so urgent that I would be doing you a genuine disservice if I softened it or wrapped it in pretty language. You need to hear this clearly. You need to hear it now, and you need to actually prepare, not in a vague, someday kind of way, right now, in the next few days, because what's coming isn't waiting for you to feel ready. It is already in motion. And here's what I want you to understand before we go any further. The fact that you're here, that out of everything you could be watching or reading right now, something pulled you to this specific message that is not an accident, that is not coincidence. That is your own energy, your own deeper knowing, recognizing that what I'm about to say belongs to you, that it was meant for you, that you needed to hear it today, not tomorrow, not next week. Today. So stay with me. Every single word of this matters. Let me tell you what I'm feeling first, because I need you to understand the scale of what's coming before I get into the specifics. What I'm sensing in your energy right now is the kind of shift that doesn't happen every year. It doesn't even happen every few years. This is the kind of turning point that people look back on and say, that was the moment. That was when my entire life reorganized itself. That was when the before ended and the after began. And you are standing right at that edge. Right now, today, this is that moment. I feel, and I want to be precise about this because precision matters, I feel a massive release of pressure happening in your life. Like something that has been compressed, held tight, built up over months or even years is finally reaching the point where it cannot stay contained anymore. And when it releases, and it is releasing, it has already started. What comes out on the other side is not chaos, it is not destruction, it is expansion, it is breakthrough. It is the version of your life that has been waiting, fully formed, on the other side of everything you've been pushing through. Let me ask you something right now. And I want you to be honest with yourself because this matters. How long have you been waiting? How long have you been working and trying and hoping and holding on, sometimes barely holding on, while looking around at your life and thinking, when? When is it my turn? When does something actually shift? When do things actually start to move? I feel that in you. That specific exhaustion, that particular kind of tired that comes not from doing nothing, but from doing everything and still feeling like the breakthrough is just out of reach. Like you're pushing against a door that won't open no matter how hard you lean into it. Here's what I need you to hear. That door is opening, not because you finally pushed hard enough, but because the timing, the real cosmic energetic timing has finally aligned with everything you've been building. And those two things meeting at the same point, your readiness and the universe's timing, that is exactly what creates the kind of change I'm feeling in your energy right now. This is not a maybe. This is not a possibility. This is what's happening. And you better prepare for it because it is going to move fast. Let me get specific now because I think that's what you need. Not beautiful language, specifics, real things. Things you can recognize when they start showing up in your actual daily life. The first thing I'm feeling, and this is strong, this is very strong, is a sudden, unexpected shift in your financial energy. And I want to be careful here because I don't throw around financial predictions carelessly, but what I'm sensing is not subtle. There is an opening, a real, concrete, tangible opening in the flow of money and resources in your life. Something that has been blocked or slow or frustratingly limited is about to move. For some of you, this looks like an opportunity you weren't expecting, something that arrives through a conversation, through a connection, through something you almost didn't pay attention to. For others, it looks like an idea, something that's been sitting in the back of your mind that you kept dismissing as unrealistic, suddenly becoming not just realistic, but urgent. And for others, still, it looks like a door opening in your career or your work that directly changes your income in a way you can feel immediately. Whatever form it takes for you, and you will know it when you see it. I need you to be ready to say yes. Not maybe, not let me think about it for a few weeks. Yes. Because this opening has a window. And the people who receive what's coming are the ones who recognize it and move toward it without hesitation. The second thing I'm feeling is a shift in how other people see you. And this one is fascinating to me because it's already starting. Some of you can already feel it. People around you are beginning to treat you differently. There's a new kind of respect, a new kind of attention. People who barely noticed you before are suddenly paying attention. People who took you for granted are starting to realize what they have. And people who are just entering your life are meeting you at a frequency that's higher than what you've been operating at for a long time. This is not because you changed overnight. This is because the energy you've been building internally, the growth, the healing, the quiet but relentless work on yourself is finally becoming visible on the outside. It's radiating. And people feel it before they can even explain it. They just know something is different about you. Something shifted. Something arrived. And here's what I want you to know about that. You don't owe anyone an explanation. You don't need to justify your glow. You don't need to shrink yourself for the people who are suddenly uncomfortable with how brightly you're shining. Let them be uncomfortable. That's their work to do. Your work is to keep expanding, to keep receiving, to keep walking forward into what's being prepared for you. The third thing, and I'm picking up something very specific here, so stay with me. I'm feeling a resolution. Something that has been unresolved, hanging in the air, creating a background hum of tension in your life is reaching its conclusion. And I don't feel this conclusion as painful, even if the situation has been painful. I feel it as relief, as finally, as the kind of resolution that lets you exhale for the first time in a long time and say, okay, I can move forward now. I know which way I'm walking. For some of you, this is about a relationship, something finally becoming clear between you and another person, a decision made, a truth spoken, a dynamic that shifts definitively in one direction. For others, this is about a situation, a legal matter, a living situation, a work circumstance that has been in limbo and is now moving toward conclusion. And for others, it's more internal, a resolution within yourself, a decision you've been avoiding, a clarity you've been afraid to claim, a truth you've been circling without landing on finally becoming undeniable. The limbo is ending. Whatever has been suspended is landing, and you are going to feel so much lighter when it does. Now I need to talk to you about something that most people don't want to hear, because the change that's coming, and it is coming, I want to be absolutely clear about that. It is going to require something from you. It is going to require you to let go of something. And I know that word let go can feel vague and frustrating when you're in the middle of something that feels very real and very heavy. So let me be specific. I feel something in your energy that you've been holding on to past its expiration date. A story, maybe, a version of yourself, the one who struggles, the one who waits, the one who almost gets there but not quite, that has become so familiar it feels like identity rather than circumstance. A relationship or dynamic that no longer fits who you're becoming but feels safer than the unknown. A belief about what you deserve, what's possible for you, what kind of life people like you get to have. And I need you to hear this clearly. That thing, whatever it is, and you know what it is, you've known for a while, it cannot come with you into what's next. Not because the universe is punishing you, not because you have to earn the new by suffering the release of the old, but because what's coming genuinely will not fit in a life that's still full of what needs to go. You cannot pour new energy into a container that's already overflowing with the old. This is not a gentle suggestion. This is what the energy is showing me clearly, urgently, specifically. The release is part of the preparation, and the preparation needs to happen now because the change is already moving towards you. Let me tell you what this change is going to feel like when it arrives, because I want you to recognize it. I want you to be able to say, yes, yes, this is it. This is what I was told about. This is the moment. It's going to feel sudden, even though it's been building. That's the nature of real breakthroughs. They appear to happen overnight, but they're the result of everything that came before them. You're going to wake up one day very soon and something will be different. Not everything at once necessarily, though for some of you it genuinely will be everything at once. But something will have shifted so clearly, so undeniably, that you'll feel it before you can even name it. A lightness, a sense of arrival, a quiet but profound recognition that the chapter has turned, and then it will start to become visible in your circumstances, in your conversations, in opportunities that appear from directions you weren't watching, in a feeling of momentum that you haven't had in a long time, where things start to flow rather than grind, where the right people show up at the right time, where ideas you've had forever suddenly have the conditions they need to actually materialize. I'm picking up something else here and I have to say it. For some of you, this change involves a person, someone entering your life, or someone already in your life stepping fully into their role in your story. And this person, whoever they are not going to arrive with fanfare. They're not going to announce themselves dramatically. They're going to arrive quietly, naturally, almost as if they were always meant to be there. And you'll recognize them not because of anything external, but because of how you feel in their presence. seen, real, like yourself, like the version of yourself you're becoming rather than the version you're leaving behind. Don't overlook them because they didn't arrive the way you imagined. Don't dismiss the connection because it feels easier than what you're used to. Easy is not a warning sign. Easy is what it feels like when something is actually right. Now let me talk about timing because I know that's what you're wondering. And I'm not going to be vague about this because vague doesn't serve you. What I'm sensing is that the energy is already moving. The shift has already begun. You may already be feeling the early tremors of it. Small things going differently than expected. Coincidences that feel a little too precise. A sense of something building that you can't quite name. Those are not your imagination. Those are the leading edge of what's coming. The significant, undeniable, visible change, the kind you won't be able to explain away or minimize. I feel that arriving within weeks, not months, weeks. For some of you, even sooner. The energy is that close, that immediate, that ready to land, which means your preparation cannot be something you get around to eventually. It needs to happen now, today, this week. So here is what I need you to actually do. Not think about doing, not plan to do someday. Do first. Create space, physical space, mental space, energetic space. Clear out what's cluttering your environment, your schedule, your mind. This change needs somewhere to land, and if every corner of your life is packed with the old, the new has nowhere to enter. Declutter your space. Cancel what's draining you. Stop filling your silence with distraction and let yourself actually sit in the quiet long enough to hear what your own energy is telling you. Second, raise what you're willing to accept in your work, in your relationships, and how you treat yourself every single day. Stop tolerating what you've outgrown. Stop pretending things are fine when they're not. Stop accepting less than what you know in your most honest moments you deserve, because the universe is about to offer you more, significantly more, and you have to be in a position to receive it. You cannot receive an upgrade while you're still clinging to the old version. Third, and this is the one most people skip because it's the most uncomfortable, work on your belief that you deserve this. Because I feel it. I feel the doubt sitting right underneath the hope in some of you. The part that says, this sounds incredible, but probably not for me. Things like this don't really happen to people like me. And I need you to understand that that belief, not your circumstances, not your past, not your mistakes, but that belief is the only real obstacle between you and everything that's coming. You are not too late. You have not missed your window. You have not done too much damage or made too many wrong turns or waited too long. The energy does not work that way. The energy doesn't keep score of your failures. It responds to where you are right now. And where you are right now, whether you feel it yet or not, is standing at the exact threshold of something that is going to change everything. Believe that. Even before you see it, especially before you see it, because believing it before you see it is what allows you to actually see it when it arrives. Fourth, pay attention. The universe is already sending you signals, moments that feel too precise to be random, thoughts that arrive fully formed out of nowhere, dreams that carry a weight you can't shake. People saying exactly what you needed to hear at exactly the moment you needed to hear it. Numbers, songs, conversations, a sentence in an article you almost didn't read. None of it is random. All of it is communication. Your energy is trying to guide you toward what's coming, and it's doing it through every channel available. Stop dismissing the signs as coincidence. Start treating them as the messages they are. Now, I have to warn you about something because this reading would not be complete without it. When this change arrives and when people around you start to see it, start to see you rising, stepping into something bigger and brighter and more aligned with who you actually are, not everyone is going to celebrate with you. Some people are going to feel threatened. Some are going to pull back. Some are going to find reasons why your success doesn't count, why your change isn't as significant as it looks, why you should stay small and familiar and manageable. Do not let them dim you. Not even a little. Not even out of kindness. Not even out of the old habit of making yourself smaller so others feel comfortable. This is your moment. This is your breakthrough. This is the life that has been waiting for you, and you do not need a single person's permission or approval to claim it. The people who love you genuinely will rise with you. The ones who can't handle your light are simply showing you that they belong to the chapter you're leaving behind. And that's okay. Let them stay there. Your job is to keep moving forward. Let me paint you a picture, because I want you to feel this, not just hear it. I want you to close your eyes for a moment after I describe this and actually let yourself inhabit it. Imagine waking up and the first feeling that hits you is not dread or anxiety or the weight of everything unresolved. It's anticipation, genuine, warm, grounded excitement for what the day holds. Imagine your work feeling like an expression of who you actually are rather than a performance you put on to survive. Imagine your relationships, the ones that remain after this transition, feeling nourishing rather than draining, real rather than obligatory, chosen rather than defaulted into. Imagine looking at your bank account and feeling something you haven't felt in a long time, maybe ever, which is security. Not because you're suddenly wealthy, but because the flow has changed. Because resources are moving toward you now rather than always slipping through your hands. Because the energy of abundance has replaced the energy of scarcity in a way that you can feel in your body before you can even see it in your numbers. Imagine people asking you, and they will ask you, what changed? You seem different. Something is different about you. What happened? And you'll smile because you'll remember. You'll remember this moment. You'll remember sitting with this message and feeling it land somewhere real inside you and deciding, yes, I'm ready. I'm choosing this. I'm preparing for this. I'm receiving this. That is not a fantasy. That is what's on the other side of what's already moving toward you. And the only real question is whether you're going to be ready to receive it when it arrives. I believe you are. I feel it in your energy clearly. The readiness is there, underneath the exhaustion, underneath the doubt, underneath the protective shell you've built from all the times things didn't work out the way you hoped. The readiness is there, steady, real, waiting to be activated. This message is the activation. So here's what I need you to do right now in this moment. Before you close this and go back to your day, I need you to make a decision, not a passive wish, not a hopeful, maybe a decision, a clear, conscious, deliberate choice that says, I am ready, I am open, I am prepared to receive what's coming, and I am not going to let fear or doubt or the voice that says this isn't for me talk me out of it this time. Make that decision right now and then carry it with you into tomorrow, into the next week, into every moment where the old habits try to pull you back into smallness and waiting and not quite believing. Come back to that decision. Recommit to it, because the change is coming either way. The universe has already decided that. But how fully you receive it, how completely you step into it, how much of it you actually claim as yours, that part is up to you. The door is opening. Walk through it, not carefully, not tentatively, not with one foot still in the old life, just in case. Walk through it completely, fully, with everything you are, because everything you are is exactly what's needed for everything that's waiting on the other side. If this hit you today, if you felt this somewhere real, somewhere that goes beyond just words on a screen, drop a comment below and tell me what's shifting in your life. Tell me what you're preparing to receive. Tell me what you're finally ready to let go of. Because this community, this space, is one where your truth is welcome and where your breakthrough is celebrated. And if someone in your life needs to hear this today, someone who's been waiting too long, who's almost given up, who needs to know that their moment is coming, share this with them. Because sometimes the most powerful thing we can do for someone we love is put the right message in front of them at exactly the right moment. This is your moment. No joke, no exaggeration, no empty promise. This is real. This is yours, and it is already on its way. Get ready.